if you recall, so first of all, I have to say good evening, right? Now, second, if you recall, we left off on Sunday night that a child have no worries at all. Yeah, he's a child. He lives in his own world. He's not thinking about the future at all. He's happy. No. Meaning they're living the present, they're not living the future. What happens when a child becomes bar mitzvah or a girl becoming bat mitzvah? Now they're starting to develop. And now they're starting to think about the future, the world that they don't know before. They don't know even how to think about the future. So if I want to compare it, imagine you have chickens inside the cage. They know they have the food, everything is there. What happens when you send them out all of a sudden? They jump all over the place. They jump. And imagine it's a bird that was always in the cage, and now you let her go and she's starting to fly, and she don't know even what's flying over here. Everything is new. Everything is interesting and surprising. So now, isn't it a gift that Hashem gave a teenager that is starting to think about a future? Okay, so now it's the first time that your child is starting to get some abilities to think how the world looks. Can you explain to a child 8, 9, 10 years old what's going on in between the Russian and the Ukrainian? They couldn't care less. But when they becoming bar mitzvah, they start to understand. So now it's very interesting for them. What is the truth? What is a lie? Friendships, values, a mission, and the child starting to think without us parents even paying attention to what's going on. It is a who am I? So now, what happened? The teenager, he has so many questions inside of him, and he's looking for answers. And that's how he is designing his character. Let's go for a second to the spiritual part that we are all interested, I hope. Right? You're the child, and until 8th grade, he was going to Minyan, and he was, he was very excited from Yiddishkeit. And the parents did a very good job. They instill in them emunah, innocent one. Hashem is there and is there, and the kid, they followed. The bar mitzvah came, things are starting to up. He doesn't have any more emunah innocent one. He's starting to ask questions, and he is bothering the teachers or the parents with all kinds of questions. Why we cannot do this? Why I cannot go there? A question that 3 years ago he never asked before. And imagine the child comes and says, I don't like the yeshiva that you send me. I want to go to different yeshiva, which is much lighter. So now, when the kids were underage, they were under our, as we say, umbrella. We didn't ask him which yeshiva you want to go. We told them this is the yeshiva you're going. This is the school that you're going if she is a girl. Did we ask her?
No.
Or did we ask him?
No.
No. They didn't have any choice. Okay. And that's the way it should be. We have to put them in a frame that's the frame that we want. So now, pay attention to what I'm saying now. The fact that the child behaving like his parents, exactly, not because he's agreeing to it or he chose this way. He accepted it as reality. It didn't come from his free choice. It came from the way that we set up the pattern for him. Until when? Until 13 years old for boys, 12 years old for girls. All of a sudden, the child wants to be independent. Now he wants to investigate his emunah and his thoughts, because now he has the abilities to check if what my parents told me to do all the time, now I want to decide if this is the way I want to take, if this is the route. And here's starting the conflict. And we spoke about it, that now the Yetzer HaTov can come into the action. The Yetzer Hara is there from day one. So now it's a fight. What a fight it is. The Yetzer Hara is there already 13 years, and now here comes the Yetzer HaTov, also powerful, and now two big, powerful. It's a struggle between superpowers. And this is the first time that the child, he will choose the good, not the parents will choose for him. From 13 years old, he is starting to choose what is right on his own. And he's not doing the good automatic like the parents told him. So we have two elements. One of them, the child developing now a different way of the brain is now starting to develop, and he get the Yetzer Tov. These are the two motives. The children are giving him the curiosity to check and to come up with new definitions according to what he thinks, what is emunah, and what is a good behavior according to him, not according to what the parents actually wanted to instill in him. Now the child is not ready to accept any emet face value. He wants to check it. And this is healthy. This process is healthy. Because when you're innocent, you're going betmimut, it's not coming from you, it's what they instilled in you. But when it's coming from your own brain, from your own thinking, it's not going to be easy to take away the emunah from you. So now that's how you build a personality. And now the child have two types of emunah. One is emunah, that mimah, innocent one that the parents instill inside, and one emunah that he came up with that. So now if the child is coming to ask all kind of questions, why do I have to wear this? What is tzniut? Why should we do like this? Why we do like that? And we sing, ooh-wah, ooh-wah. We're not afraid from any questions. We don't have a questions of kfira, as we say, to deny the Torah. Judaism have the ability to deal with any question that you want. We're not afraid from questions. On the contrary, we're looking for questions. So with the child coming to ask, don't try to, why are you asking such a question? Let him ask. It's good. We have to be able to answer to him. So now we have a chance to sit down with him, to go deep on the hashkafa of the Torah. And if you don't know the answer, we're going to search with him what is the answer over here. And he's not doubting HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He's not doubting. He wants to know why it's like that. Why we're not allowed to do this? Why I'm not allowed to wear that? And over there, you can tell the child, we are limited. We have a certain that after all, we limited, like the Rambam is saying. So now the teenage time is opportunity with the parents, for the parents to grow up with the child. He will challenge us, or she will challenge us. And through them, our emunah will get even much deeper because of their questions. We have to learn. To shut their mouths is not a good idea. Here we go. Parents, they're saying to the kids, why in the yeshiva they telling us that the grades is not the most important thing. What important is the way that you behave. The midot is the most important thing. But at the end, who is going to be on the top of the list of the yeshiva?
One with the grades.
So the child gets, he said, what are they talking about? They're saying character, again character, and again character. And I worked on my character. My grades are not that great, but I'm working on myself. This is a question that needs to be answered. Because he sees the world with one channel mind, the teenager. He is a judge, very strict. Every new things that that come across him that he never knew it's existing before has to be perfect. Must be perfect, deep. If not, he says, it's fake. Teenagers, they don't like fake people or anything that looks to them fake. They said it's fake because he wants to see a perfect world. That's a teenager. He wants to see sincere people, straight people, and he have principles that he's not going to compromise on them. If they see a person that he is, according to the situation, have to compromise on his principle because the Torah says that you have to give up on this one, right away he said, this is fake. They're criticizing it because that's where they are. We want things perfect. And now they're judging us, the parents. Are we perfect? No. So you can hear a child saying, my father is preaching all the time to be on time everywhere that you go. He many times not going to work on time. He's always late to work. My mother, sometimes she's getting angry and that is not justified at all. Not justified. So why should I trust these parents? They're not perfect. So I cannot trust my parents now. No, I know that this kind of view is very hurtful. And the parents, when the child will tell them, you're not perfect also, so don't tell me what to do. If he will understand where he is coming from, it will help us to exist. And maybe even to behave with understanding in a very touchy, delicate period of time now. Why? Because the child grew up that his parents are perfect. The parents is the most perfect things on earth. The most wiser people on earth. And the strongest on earth. That's the mind of a child under bar mitzvah. My parents knows everything. They understand everything. They're not breaking. They're not lost. All of a sudden, when he becoming 14, 15, he sees that his parents is like anybody else. They have weaknesses. And they're very needy. And the child feel pain. Why my parents are like that? He gets scared also. So now, if the child will tell them, you're not perfect. So you have two choices. If you volunteer to get hurt, or if you feel that it was mamash is hurting you directly, and you're going to show it to the child, he will get even more scared. Because he is expecting us to be balanced, strong. Whatever I say, you take it. He needs now strong parents and not weak ones. And when he sees that his parents are, from every word that he's saying, will get hurt, it will mess him up. Because then the child will say, the world is a terrible place. The whole world that he pictured until now will collapse on him. He say, even my parents that I thought that I can rely on them, I can't. A much wiser approach to understand and to feel the child. you have a child that is now in a cooking pot. He's being cooked now. So you have to support him. Because he just now he revealed that the world is not perfect. For him, it's a disaster. He cannot understand how come the world is not perfect. Because they had a dream of perfect life, wonderful life, in the world that everything is good. And when they feel that they lost it, don't they angry? So now we, the parents, have to be strong and sincere and with courage. And we have to help him to understand that the world is not black and white, to good and bad. There is many gray areas. And there is many points of light in this world, even though mostly is dark. We have to show him the good, even though the dark is much more. And our job is the gray area to make them white as much as we can. And we have to put every effort to fix whatever needs to be fixed. The illusion that we're going to be able to eliminate all the reaction that's coming in the age of teenagers, or at least to control them, at least partially, we see that is not happening. But one thing you have to know, every child has to go through this. He must go through this. If it's not, something is wrong. So it will come later on in life. And it will better be now than later on. Let's talk about teeth for 1 second, okay? At what age your kids, when they were small, the teeth started to grow?
Around 1 year old, 10 months, 1 year old.
When it's starting to fall?
Around 5, 6, 7.
By itself, no?
Yeah. Or they pulled it out.
Even though he brushed 5 times a day, everything was fine. All of a sudden, okay. Meaning, it's a nature. It's a law in the nature. Nobody gonna be able to change it. If a child will come tell you, Mommy, I'm afraid that my teeth soon enough, they're gonna move and they're gonna fall. What are we gonna do? Can we prevent it? What are you gonna answer?
It's part of life. It's part of getting older.
Don't worry. They'll fall and new teeth will come out. Yes?
Yes, to reassure them, Rav.
Ah,
To reassure them, not to get frightened.
that's normal, that's normal. And new teeth will come out. Yes? Are you excited? Are you saying, the teeth will fall out? What I'm going to do? How I'm going to deal with that? Maybe you're going to take him to therapy? Yes? No. Welcome to the teenager time. The teeth will fall. What he learned when he was young, underage, will start to shake, and to fall out, and new teeth will come out. Okay? So why by the teeth we don't get excited, and when we see this, we get excited? It's not the same? Anybody home? Anybody home?
Yes, Rabbi.
Yes, Rav.
Yes, Rabbi.
Yeah.
It is the same, it's nature, but it's different. You don't see it. Physically, you don't see it. Maybe.
But it's gonna happen. So all of a sudden you see a teenager. You tell him something and says, I don't want to do it. Or he keeps quiet, but he wants to demonstrate. He let you know that he doesn't like what you're saying. He's not answering back, but he can making you faces, which he didn't do before. Or now they have a new thing, they lock themselves in the room. And from time to time, he's shooting at you with anger, without any preparation. Don't you hear from time to time, pitom, a girl going out of the room? Mommy, where is my skirt? What's going on? And she's screaming. Why did you iron my skirts? You know I need it for school. You're so mean. Hey. So now it's very important to know, it's not because of the parents. Or this is the character of the child. Or the path of the chinuch that we give. No. The parents didn't do any mistakes. You can be a perfect parents, but when the child will be bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, every maturity, it's going to create earthquake. In any case, it will happen. Be prepared. It's a natural process that helping the child to build his own hashkafa on life. And when he will grow up, when the teeth will come out, he'll be a balanced person. So now, back to the mothers over here. When the teeth falling out, they're all falling out in one shot,
No,
No, gradually.
gradually. How fast?
slowly,
Some kids,
quick, some slow.
one teeth fall down and a new teeth coming out right away. Yes?
Yes.
And you don't see any extreme changes. But on the other hand, there are kids that pitoom you see 3, 4, 5 teeth already starting to shake. And for a long time, they don't have any teeth, like an old man, right? Until the new teeth coming out. Did you see it once?
Yes.
So every child is the same?
No,
Different.
Good. Did you ask once why?
No.
There are teenagers that they were starting to mature, that it's a storm. And it's worrying. And it looks like that they lost their GPS. They're going all over the place. So listen to this. And this you have to listen very carefully now. Every form of maturity, it's part of the plan of Hashem that Hashem gave to the teenager. That's how you're going to grow up as a teenager. And he gave it according to the plan to the parents. They're able to deal with that. To the child, because he needs it for his future, because he has a mission to do. And to the surrounding also. We, the parents, have to ask ourselves, what is the challenge that's standing in front of us? And don't look whom to blame and reason why he's behaving like this. Don't ask why. You ask what for. Is there a difference?
Yes.
In Hebrew, it sounds very good. It's the same letters. Lama,
Lema.
lema. Lama is why. Lema is for what? What's the challenge that we have over here? What is this for? Not why it's happening to us.
What's the mission of the child and what's the
And
mission
what
of
our,
God?
yes.
What's our
What
mission?
it leads.
And the Jewish hashkafa is the way to look at this period of time is very much, making sense, as we say, tachlis, the reality, what we have to do. Now, what do I have to do? Now, your fault, my fault, this fault, that fault. That's stupidity. What do we have to do?
This period can take long, Rabbi?
Especially to our generation, this one. Why? This is, don't forget, is the generation of the Mashiach. Everybody knows it. It's not a secret anymore. We have a very special mission in Chinuch, which no generation had it before. So we, the parents, and the teachers, and the principals, we have to learn how to turn dark to light, bitter to sweet, impure to make it pure. Do you know how we sing teenagers in Hebrew?
גיל הטיפש עשרה.
No, not what I mean, but in a real Lashon HaKodesh. Elem ve'alma. Did you hear that once?
No.
Not really.
No?
No, Rabbi.
So now you're learning. Elem is a boy, Alma is a girl. Why they call him Elem ve'alma? Why our word called Olam?
From the word lehalem,
Ne'elam.
ne'elam.
We don't know we don't know what's inside. Ne'elam. Elem ve'alma, meaning the teenagers, we don't know what they contain inside. What will come out when they're gonna pass this age? What will come out of them?
How long would it take, Rabbi?
Sometimes it takes all life to mature.
Oh my God. Wow.
We spoke about it.
Yes.
Are you thinking now like you were thinking 15 years ago?
No, not
No
at all.
way.
So you grew up. All life is one long process of maturity.
Some people grow up faster.
That he knows everything?
No, that he knows more,
I don't think so.
understands more.
It's always growth.
Some kids are more mature than the others, no?
If I would have known 20 years ago what I know now, but do I feel bad? No, because that's the process.
Right.
That's the process. So now, you remember what I told you in the first year? Savlanut. Parents have to have savlanut. We have to show maturity and emotional strength. You should accept this child with I should say bitachon,
Self-confidence.
yes. And you have to give him a message that we are here for you and we trust you that you're going to do the right things at the end. This is our job, no more than this. We trust you.
Not to say why you're doing this or that. No.
Did you pay attention? A child, when he falls, he doesn't cry right away. First, he's looking at his parents. If they say, yeah, right away he starts, bah! But if the parents will go, okay, wow, what a jump.
I would always get mad because I would say you're going to fall and hurt yourself, and they didn't listen. And then when they did it,
If you smile at him, he will get up and he will say, okay, fine. Meaning we are the mirror. The grown up looking at you, and if you're losing yourself, he will lose himself also. Let them understand that he's okay. It's normal. We know what you're going through. We are here. We trust you that at the end, you will do very good.
Rabbi,
Yes,
is there not more pitfalls though in today's society? I mean, it's like the times have changed. You said yourself, this is the last generation, right?
yes.
So is there not more danger, like more pitfalls, more mistakes they can make? It's not like as innocent of a world, if there is such thing, but it seems like, is that not a bit dangerous, giving them that much leniency, that much freedom? I mean, with my 18 and 28-year-old, I understand that. I did that a long time ago, but let's say with my 15-year-old daughter, is that not too much yet to give them that much responsibility, that like to really let them figure everything out on their own? Or did I misunderstand?
No. You see, they now starting to explore the world. Instead of us trying to force ourselves on them, we have to discuss with them. Okay?
Yeah.
We have to discuss. Of course, the home have always boundaries. Even, let's say, if they go out, they have to be back in a certain time. And we want to know, where are you? That's fine, that's okay. It meaning that the parents cares. And we should do this. But I'm not talking about this now. Now I'm talking about from the religion point of view. What happened to all the chinuch that we gave them until 13 years old? Where is this? What happened to it? Why they're not that innocent anymore? So we have to trust that Hashem gives us a child and he has to go through this for his own good, for his own mission in life. He's gonna need to go through all this. He needs it. Otherwise, he will not be able to fulfill his mission why he came to this world. because now he needs the parents more than anything else. He needs to feel the love of the parents, the warmth of the parents. Outside, he looks like, I'm independent, papa, papa, poo, poo. He's not. He's not. He needs to feel from the back that the parents still loves him, even though his behavior, and they know. But they say, please understand me. Please be patient. I'm going through a very tough time. You already passed it. I'm in it.
And parents always ask themselves, what did I do that the child became like this? But we shouldn't.
You see, usually we start to blame ourselves. What
Yeah,
did we do? What did we do
wrong?
wrong?
Yeah.
Maybe the yeshiva was too much. Maybe this one was too much. This one,
So it's not our fault.
no. First of all, the parents should know it's not their fault. Especially if it's parents that the house was Shlom Bayit, everything was fine, everything is okay. They didn't goof, they didn't do any, wishy-washy. The parents have nothing to blame themselves. The child needed it. He went through this turmoil because whatever we taught him at home is in the subconscious. Now, in the conscious, it might be much less than it was before. But in the subconscious, what you instilled in him from 1 day old until 13 years old, is there untucked. When you will finish with all the stupidity of the conscience, then the subconscious will come up. But
So you think, yeah, it's the conflict of Yetzer Hara and Yetzer Hatov that causes this.
So we have our chance is from day 1 until 13 years old. Whatever we did, we did. So from then on,
we just have to wait.
Start to be independent, and we have to be now praying and hoping, understanding, loving him, take care of all his needs, whatever he needs. Abba and Ima is here for you. We know what you're going through. We understand.
Take care of his needs up to certain points, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, the main thing is the parents should not start fighting. It's your fault, and it's your fault, it's this fault, that fault. Then you think that the child is a robot. Child is not a robot. Our job was to instill in him emunah tmima. That's the way. Yes. Not too many questions asked. And so, and be prepared that right after the bar mitzvah, he will start to get independent. And he says, tell me something. How do you feel when you see a person with a long beard, pealach, and everything is praying every day, he's learning, but his behavior don't you get upset? Don't you get disappointed?
Yes,
Huh?
yes.
So it means that everybody is like that?
No.
No. For a teenager, you all like that.
Makes
That's a
sense.
teenager. For
Rav?
teenagers, they cannot take it because they're looking for perfect.
Rav?
Yes.
Someone asked a question on the chat. Does Rav see it? Now that they are teens, how do we fix it or change? How can we help them change or fix them? I think that's the question.
We're not
Those who
plumbers.
missed it, I'm sorry, Rav.
We're not plumbers.
No promise.
So if we didn't have the education now that we have now, back then, that's the question. So we can't go back in time, obviously, and change the mistakes.
How old is the child now?
It doesn't say in the question. It just says, for those who missed the train on raising their children this way, it says 16.
16. Good. I would take the child.
Another one is 17. I'm sorry, Rav. They're typing as you're asking.
Okay. I will talk to the child and I will tell him, open. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know how to accept it, okay? And now when we learned what to do, okay, we're gonna change our approach. So we're just letting you know that we're gonna change the approach. We trust you. We okay. We fine. Yes. You need it, and we know now what you're going through. For him, it's gonna be like something that he needs to hear.
Inspiring.
Yeah. Okay. So we still have to tackle this topic. So tomorrow we're going to continue, of course. How to show that you are still the authority and to set up boundaries in this age. They still need boundaries.
It's going to be interesting.
Yes, very interesting.
You must be a miracle worker. I'm ready for some miracles.
Okay. No, I don't mean to say to let them do whatever they want. Everything has to be within the frame of the family.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll understand you, we'll go along with you, but
Nothing crazy.
the red lines you're not gonna cross. Because we are still the authority. No? So we're walking on a very thin rope, very thin, like in a circus, kaka.
tightrope.
But we have to stay on the rope, not to fall. We'll talk about it tomorrow night. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rav. Have a
Bye.
good
Nice
night.
talking to you.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Rabbi.
Rav, there's a women's class tomorrow, right?
To wisdom.
Tomorrow there is a ladies' class at 12:30 in Yirtzeh Hashem.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Bye, Rabbi. Everybody
Thank
take
you.
you,
Good
Rabbi.
night, everybody. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you,
Laila
Rabbi.
tov.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank you so much, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.